This episode of Banter Blitz. It's been a while. I've been on the road for... how long has it been? 3 weeks? A little more than 3 weeks maybe. I went from Hamburg to Karlsruhe, where the first part of the Grand Chess Classic was held, together with a giant open tournament won by 13-year-old German Vincent Keimer. So that was very inspiring to see. A really nice tournament with 1,500 people. Great organization. And from Karlsruhe we went to one of my favorite cities, to Baden-Baden, where I stayed in a super fancy hotel doing commentary on the second half of the tournament, where I had a great time too. Learned a lot from Peter Lako. Had a great time hanging out there with the players. It's always nice to be around the best players in the world. Like, okay. Just soak up the atmosphere of top chess again. So that was fun. From there I went to my annual tournament, the Bangkok Open it's called. Even though it doesn't always take place in Bangkok, this year it took place at the beach in a resort between Cha Am and Hua Hin. Lovely beach resort, quiet town. I went by myself last year. I went with the family, but family didn't have time, had to work this time around. So I got a little bored there sitting at the beach, but things could be worse than lying at the pool and eating fantastic food and reading books, playing the Thailand Open. I just finished filming, that's why it's still very fresh in my mind, my, opening clinic special on the Thailand Open, where I, as I do every year, go through all my games, through the openings, through the ups and downs, and spoiler alert, there were more downs than ups, especially in the second half, so I'm a bit annoyed about the way things went there. You can, do more soul searching than I've already have. If it was rust or tilt or, well, I don't really believe in bad luck. You make your own luck in chess, but things didn't go that well, so that was annoying. But I will have plenty more time to whine about it during this Banter Blitz show, because this is Banter Blitz, ladies and gentlemen, the show where we play, hopefully, exciting chess games against Chess24 premium users. If you happen to be a Chess24 premium user, challenge me to a 5-minute game. If you happen to not be one, then you can become one. Going to chess24.com/premium, you can use my voucher code Janistan and you'll get 15% off. What's going on? Are we there? Now I'm rusty. Like every Banter Blitz starts like that, so I shouldn't pretend like this is news. Can you guys see me and hear me? Should I have asked that before? Probably not. Chessman 1963, I have the chat open here. He's saying, when will it be available to watch, Jan? What's that? The video just recorded? It's just uploading, so it will probably be available to watch while you're watching this. So if you want to see me ramble for not 1.5 hours, but 2.5 hours, you can watch the Thailand Opening Clink special right after this one. Anyway, this is Banter Blitz, and let's not forget some time-honored traditions of Banter Blitz, like starting the first chess game at minute 4:22. So post the link now. Video starts at 0:33. First game at 4:22. I hope that's accurate. Let's see if I have any challenges. We do have challenges. That's great news. I thought you guys had forgotten me after all these years. Who shall I play though? Nothing's changed. I still don't know who to play. I still don't have a system, except for I don't discriminate by rating, and I always try to play a game against every member I haven't played before. Those are the rules, so let's get right back into the action. And why not start with a strong opponent? This guy I certainly have played before. Who's that? Formless. FIDE Master Formless. Alright, so let's not keep it too formal. Let's crush Formless. And our dear friend Pramod NVS is in the chat saying, Jan looks tired. How did you arrive at that conclusion, Pramod? Probably by looking at me? Nah, I'm not that tired, or I don't feel that tired. C4. I will go C6. G3, come on, not this. Not this fresh hell again. I think this is the line where I lost to Mr. Dodgy. Normally I take this pawn. For this game against Formless, I'm gonna play very conservatively and not even grab a pawn. Which, ugh. Selling out my principles here. Not grabbing a pawn. Formless thinking, is that even legal? To ignore a pawn on c4? So the good thing about going on the road is normally I'm sitting here alone in my lovely studio in Hamburg and sort of, yeah, yelling at the empty screen. I've got to meet some people and I got to some feedback for the show. Actually, it seems like people are watching the show, which, yeah, is always news to me. Like, of course, I'm aware there's whatever YouTube numbers, but it's always nicer if you see faces. And normally the thing I'm most self-conscious about is this sort of stick-to-chess thing, which you don't hear it so much during Banter Blitz. I think people here are used to me rambling about nonsense. But during live commentary, where I never know, I understand it that, I don't know theory here, rook e1, I think they normally play d3, but rook e1 and turning e4 looks fairly logical too. What can I do? Alright, let's go here. I guess he wants to go e4 and then d4 maybe. So what I was talking about was the thing between sticking to chess and trying to make the show entertaining in my own mind. Which is not always, yeah, the same thing. So he wants to go d4. That bothers me. Why would you do that to me? Can I go c4? Hang on, I must have b5, d4, b4, d5? That's fine now. This feels wrong. d4, b4, d5 looks good for white, but you gotta ask Formless some formal questions sometimes. Still haven't reached a conclusion about the stick to chess or not stick to chess part, but I was interrupted in my train of thought by chess problems. Anyway, I got mixed feedback. I heard some things which I was happy to hear. Yeah, no, don't talk about chess. It's entertaining if you talk about nonsense. While especially during the live commentary things, normally the feedback is, come on, stick to chess. I really don't want to hear your ramblings about Tarantino movies or about whatever you're talking about now. Which I think, especially with such great chess players as Leko and Svidler recently, I was more or less forced to do anyway. So probably the stick to chess camp got their due. But it's a balance. That's always tricky to hit for me. So 95, how do I stick to chess here? Probably, it's already too late. Castles, knight c6, knight c6, knight b5. Not sure I have a lot for the pawn there. b4, knight c6, knight c6, e5. Who knows? a6, knight c6, knight c6, e5, knight d5, knight takes, ed, queen f3. Also sort of troublesome, even though that line maybe continues. Knight b4, a3, knight c2. That might work, who knows. Overall happy is saying, Jan, please don't change. You can't please everybody. That is true. Like my theory is, and I read this somewhere, so it's not really my theory, but that's what we do on the internet. We pretend like stuff is our theory. That if you try to do something well, that normally 50% of people will like it, 20% of people will help it, and 30% of people just won't care whatsoever, which I think is a ratio to strive for. So all you can do is try to, yeah, do stuff well. But still, I am always interested in, like, improving things, and stuff's gotta evolve, so you can't just keep doing exactly the same thing after, like, whatever episode of Banter Blitz this is, for example, 150. I've probably shared all my great insights into chess and movies or life. As I've had any insights into life at this point. So yeah, I think change is not always bad, and if we don't change at all, it's also not great. Wow, deep words. I'm sure no one's ever said that before. Change is not always bad. What a philosopher you are, Jan. A4. How do I avoid change here? Rook B8. I don't really want to give him the A file, but I don't want to do anything else. Either B4 wasn't ideal because in my other line after A, B, A, B, Queen F3, I need this knight B4 move. So yeah, I don't like my position, but I'll flag Formless somehow. That was the one problem in the Town Open. It was increment. Like, how can you flag people with increment? And if you rob me of my flagging skills, I do lose like 800 points in playing strength. I wish I was joking. I was only joking about the 800 points. I clad in mighty arms says, as Ricky Nelson said, you got to please yourself. Excellent point. E6, so aggressive. Grandmaster Passion is giving the valuable insight. Much time over few moves. And please elaborate. Did I spend much time while making few moves? Or is that a comment on life itself? We make very few moves in the time we have. Maybe that's what he means. Don't you worry. I'll flag Formless. Formless wants to play a good game. That's his problem. Maharishi 3 is asking, did I see the Nigel short loss on time? I didn't see that, but I heard Nigel wasn't happy, which of course I can understand. Then again, gotta press that clock. Ugh, my position is sort of disgusting, but I promised I would flag, right? Ugh. Scared, can't flag. When did I become such a horrible chess player? When did it all happen? Where did it all go wrong? Pawn down, but of course it's all part of the master plan. See? Formless. Thinking again. Always with that thinking. That's what we talked about. You gotta trust those formless instincts. If you don't do that, the whole game can become a formality. Now I'm thinking. I don't know what to do. Oops, bishop c1 check. Or he could even just get the queen. What? This is high level chess. I'm sure you've missed this, ladies and gentlemen. Queen up. Sorry, Formless. But I did promise I would flag you. Yeah, not much to say, but I'm delighted I won that one. So this is Banter Blitz, and Banter Blitz is supposed to be fun. This is our new tagline for the year 2018, which has only been going on for like 5 months. All right, let's play somebody else. What about per aspera ad astra? Oof, that sounds like a smart guy. I don't speak Greek. Countdown. Tell someone in the chat's right. Actually, per aspera ad astra is Latin. And it means you have to wait for your astra beer. Is that what it means? Whoa, the 2 nights tango? How dare you, per aspera ad astra? I think we can put this game ad acta already. All right, let's check the chat. Oh, only 2 corrections so far. Sounds more like Latin. You guys are too predictable. This line doesn't look great for black. That much I can tell you. In the 2 nights tango, normally they play e6, hoping that you blunder a pawn with d5. After d5, takes, e4. Knight f6, knight c3. Yeah, black is in trouble, right? e6. Now there are many options. I shall just develop this bishop, hoping he blunders his queen. Knight d4, knight d4, queen d4, bishop b5 check. Come on, just blunder that queen. Or at least blunder some bishop h7. These are the 2 acceptable options. Blunder your queen or blunder bishop h7 check. Those are my 2 strategies. Maharishi3 is asking, if your opponent forgets to stop his clock, I guess you mean to press his clock, shouldn't you tell them? I wouldn't. I think it's your own responsibility to press the clock. And I've always felt, as you can see by my blitz playing, that time is as much a part of the game as material. I also don't tell my opponent if I'm threatening to checkmate them. So, no, I don't think I'd tell people if they forgot to press their clock. And I think it has nothing to do with sportsmanship. Bishop h7, king h7, knight g5, here we go. The good old bishop h7. Yeah, this is probably winning. It's king h8 makes it a bit easier because queen h5 comes with check, but king g8, queen h5 also looked like checkmate, or queen g5 winning the queen. Well, king g6, then there's always a choice between h4 or queen d3 or queen g4. In this particular iteration, I'm not sure what I would have done. Probably queen g4. Like here, if you go king g6, which is normally the only chance. Well, yeah, the typical ideas are h4 is often good. Giving a check is often good. And then after f5, either ef6 or knight e6. And queen g4 is often also devastating, threatening knight e6 after f5. You have to find a way to end the game. Maybe actually things weren't so easy here because queen g3, f4. I can't see a win just yet. No, probably just take it. No, generally avoid this bishop sacrifice, if at all possible. So yeah, sorry per aspera et astra. Thank you for the game. Let's play more games. What about carry-ary? I do not carry about losing to Ary. c4. Are you there, Carrieri? Ah, there we are. c4, c5. I already don't know what to do. Maybe g3. Maybe fianchetto the bishop is the way to do this. I've seen some games recently, where they went g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, and e3. Very cryptic, like knight f3, knight c6, or whatnot, is the main lines. But I've seen some strong players, like even Nakamura maybe, play this e3 move. Not sure what the point is, but how bad can it be? Knight e2, d4. Knight e2. Do we go d4 here? Probably will be met by cd, ed, d5, when it's not obvious to me how to get an edge. cd, knight d5. Looks fairly equal. And what are we discussing now? Still the clock pressing thing? Kizaritsky is asking, would you also not make a move to let the opponent's clocks running? You mean if your opponent forgets to press the clock and you're sitting there? Probably, yeah, if you're aware of it. Yeah, I think. Why would you make a move? His clock is running, right? Yeah, I don't think that's bad gamesmanship at all. I'm not sure to what extent you would put up an acting job, like pretending you're thinking very deeply. I probably wouldn't do that. I'd feel silly about that. But other than that, yeah, it's not your job to make your opponent aware that he did not press the clock, especially if your opponent is a seasoned grandmaster. I don't think there's any responsibility there. But actually, if your opponent is anybody who plays a tournament game with a chess clock, then he knows that it's his duty to press it. Like probably if you're playing against a ranked beginner, you will tell them, but that's not out of the kindness of your heart, but because you know that you will win the game anyway. So no, I don't think there's any fault to be found with not making your opponent aware that he had to press the clock at all. Can I go here? It's one of the beauties of online chess, right? The clock gets pressed automatically for you. Not sure if I have anything here, as usual. It's a hard knock life. Knight a5, decent move. Rook c8, any threats? Rook c4 maybe. Not the end of the world. What should I do? Knight f4? Maybe knight f4. After rook c4 I might have to return to d1, but then I could also argue that the rook on c4 and the knight on a5 are slightly out of place. Not quite sure about it. Queen d7. Do I have to take that silly bishop or not yet? I don't really want to. Nah. Carriari playing well so far. Rook e1, maybe I can prepare some bishop f1 business in the near future. Bishop g4, fair enough. Let's see what's going on. What are we talking about? When is your next commentary, Jan? I believe it's not 100% set in stone yet, but I believe there are good chances that we will do something about Norway chess. Probably with the A team, might be a premium show. It's not it's not settled yet, but there are good chances that we'll do some Norway chess commentary in one way or another. Yeah, that's probably the next one. Mr. Dodgy is asking, first of all, where have you been, Mr. Dodgy? Did you miss the beginning of the show? How dare you? And secondly, he's asking, anyone asked Jan about wolves yet? What's they referring to? You don't mean the Minnesota Timberwolves, because you're not American. So, knight c5, knight d4, probably not great for me. Sanket Chakravarti tells me, Jan, please start with your jokes. There's no jokes coming, I'm sorry to let you down again. That's how people feel about Banter Blitz normally. They think, oh, this guy Jan, he's about to say something funny. And then it never happens. You gotta keep them waiting. But no, I don't have any jokes. Mikhailo Granik is telling me Magnus press conference with Lubo. You gotta fill me in, I missed that. Did they talk about wolves? I'm afraid of wolves. Especially as a kid. Wolves were always my nightmare. I was cool with most other animals. I don't mind sharks. I do despise dolphins, but I'm not afraid of them. I just think they are responsible for all the evil in the world. But wolves I was always scared of. But no, I must have missed that episode. Bappes is saying, have you seen the new Westworld, Jan? I have not. I've been busy. I haven't watched any TV for like 3 weeks, literally. So I'm way behind on everything. But Westworld, I didn't like the first season all that much. So I'm not sure I will watch it. And Mr. Dodger is saying, Lubo asked Magnus what he would do if he was mugged and if he knew karate. Magnus said he's more worried about wolves. I'm not following. So we're assuming Magnus is mugged and knows karate. If he would then use his karate skills? Or is the question if Magnus does know karate in the unlikely event that he does get mugged and there's no Peter Heine Nielsen around? Because Peter Heine Nielsen, he's a part-time bodyguard. Let's face it. I kid. Magnus said he's more worried about wolves. I can relate to that. Especially for Norwegians, of course. Their lives are constantly threatened by wolves. Just as my life is constantly threatened by losing on time while discussing wolves. That is my biggest fear. Is this a good pre-move? I'm not so sure. I think I should just place my queen here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold. In the meantime, I've changed my mind about the best reply to Queen A5 check, but I don't feel like I have time to react. What are you doing, Kariari? You're losing on time now? Oh, you're doing this? All right. Oops, that was not a good pre-move, but we're low on time, so there's not much I can do about it here. Oops. Drama, baby. Good game, Kariari. Thanks for the game. Let us play against Woolman fan. Fiedemaster? Fiedemaster, who is a fan of German chess legend Wolfgang Ullmann. He wants to play a 3-minute game, even though I prefer 5-minute games. But you have to allow the people to play the time control they want. No, actually, normally if I see it's a 3-minute game, I would not take it, but I didn't see it. I'm not gonna take it. This is a new trend, bishop c5. Must admit, I've never really done any serious work here, but I've noticed that people started doing this. The people. Do they go here? At some point I'll blunder knight takes e5 and I'll look very silly. I hope that point has not yet come. So generally for centuries we've played knight to b6 here. But recently computers started saying you don't really need to retreat. You can get away with going for this immediate bishop c5 business. And it's not that bad. So that's what I've been doing. I don't know, h6. I want to prepare bishop e6. Not sure that's the correct plan. But a plan it is. a3. Should I stop b4? Nah, not with the bishop on b. On what's the square called? b6. I'm very good at naming squares, believe it or not. All right. What am I supposed to do? Queen here? I'm not very good at understanding the English opening. But I'll try to put my pieces, you know, near the center. And then hope that good things will happen to me. It's a pity I can't go bishop h3 because of rook d5. Queen c2, now maybe I can go here, no? Let's find out. Or does knight e5? No, knight e5, knight e2, worst case scenario. I'm not sure if this is a great structure change for me. If I was allowed to knight e4 ed, play two more moves, c6 and bishop h3, I'd be very happy. But I am not sure I will get that chance. And of course, all of this is just thinly veiled. Is it veiled or veiled? I always get it wrong. Thinly veiled activism to get us to Flagville, as is everything. And yes, c7 was hanging in the end, but bishop d5, rook c7, queen h3 or whatever did look quite dangerous for white, to put it mildly. Where do we go? Where do we go now? I should, once in a while, remember I'm a chess grandmaster and do something chess grandmasterly, like bringing my knight to a decent square or whatnot. Is this a grandmasterly maneuver? Come on, that's very grandmasterly. No? I think that was very grandmasterly. See? Once you do grandmasterly stuff, good queens will happen to you. But you gotta play it grandmasterly. All right, more chess games. What do we have? Scrolling down the list in my 6-4. Let's play Joshua A. I've played Joshua B, Joshua 3, but I've never played Joshua A, so it is time. Evan's Gambit keeps asking the question of all questions. Jan, do you agree with bookmakers that Magnus is the favorite against anyone, even with black? For example, they gave him more chances to beat Mamedyarov with black than to lose. I'm not sure if that's true, but against Mamedyarov it's probably the case because their history is heavily in favor of Magnus, who has a tremendous score against Mamedyarov. But I'm not sure if bookmakers would say he's a favorite with black against anybody. Like if Magnus is black against Caruana or Levon, I don't know. One would have to look at the scores. I'm not sure. My best guess is he's not a favorite there. But I've never done the math, his results with black against whatever. 27, 90 plus players. If they are positive or not. My best guess would be that's very close to 50%. But I'm not sure. I've never looked at it. A6 looks like a strange move. D6 or bishop b4 is what they normally do here. Well, after a6, I get the bishops and I get my queen sitting pretty on d6. Bishop f4 was my instinct, but then e5, so it's probably more precise to take here. He's blitzing this out as if this made sense. Does it make sense? I doubt it. To be perfectly frank with you, Joshua A., I doubt this makes any sense. But I could be mistaken. It would not be the first time. It would probably be the second time. I do have bishops, but I'm not sure if I've punished him to the max for his indiscretions. This whole game is already confusing me greatly. As usual. Where do I go? D3, E2, maybe E2. White is better, but I probably did not achieve the Pepsi Max. But I have bishops, I have a plan, I have all the good stuff. I would probably try rook e8, b5, knight d4. I'm not sure if it works, but I would probably try it. So you want b5, knight a5? Nah, too complicated. All right, please go away. Or do I want you to go away? I don't know. Bapis is asking, what do you recommend against the Caro? E4, c6, d4, d5, e5. Disclaimer, I have not played one e4 in a serious tournament game. Arguably ever. Then again, my one d4 or one knight f3 or whatever it is that I've been doing did not serve me very well in the lovely Thailand Open this time around. So maybe it's time. Maybe it is time. And Bap is asking the chat, not me. My apologies. I'm blundering. It feels like I'm blundering something again. 94 or whatever. Note to self. Stop blundering everything all the time. All right, let's do this. You and me, Joshua. Can you go e4? BC, EF, CB, rook b8, c6, fg. Oh no, hang on. c6, king d6 could be a bit of a turnoff. Too complicated. Who has the time? What are we discussing? Panther Chess is asking, Dr. Jan, what happened in Thailand? Are there many panthers? I didn't see many panthers, even though I'm sure they have some. But I've seen some animals. I've seen... What do you call this? A wild boar. And I've been told that wild boars never lose it. I was very scared of that wild boar. Wild boars. Am I losing this game, by the way? I don't want to lose this game. Rook e6 is the move that comes to mind, but it looks a little random. Ooh. What was I talking about? Animals. Yeah, I've seen a wild boar just walking down the street, chilling. But he looked very scary. Like, I've read Hannibal. Probably watched the movie too. So I know not to mess with wild boars. And I've seen, what do you call this in English? A dragon? Like these Komodo dragons, except we weren't in Komodo, so I don't think they're called Komodo dragons. Different species of dragons. I've given the same report last year, but I once again forgot what that particular species is called. Anyway, they look very scary. They look like creatures from a different time. How do I queen my pawns here? Bishop d5, knight c7. Ugh, chess is so hard. Whatever, let's push this guy. What am I doing? The eternal question. What the F am I doing? Sometimes it's what the H am I doing, but normally I'm more of a what the F guy. Joshua A. Playing Gwei. Gwei? Zugzwang? If it is Zugzwang, it wasn't on purpose. That much I can promise. Rook e8 was your plan? Why don't you tell me such things? Why do I blunder everything all the time? It is a bit embarrassing. e2. Most people would go rook e8 check first, but e2 of course also works. Does it? Probably does. Weird position, but at least his knight is sort of stuck there for now. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose. And I'm too lazy to try to fight that feeling by doing any calculating. e1 queen is a surprise. Thought you should bring the knight to support the pawn. Now I don't have that feeling that I'm gonna lose anymore. Which I don't like that much to begin with, so it's probably good to get rid of it. I've experienced that peaceful, easy feeling plenty during the Thailand Open. Something I can do without, believe it or not. Run, hurry. And Joshua A resigns. Very good game by Joshua A. Very mediocre game by yours truly. But that's why you're used to. That's why you're watching this. Let us play against SK Gammering. I've been to Gammering. That's a place. I'm not sure what I did there. but I've been there. Mr. SK Gammering. Are you with us? Looks like SK Gammering is not here. I'm gonna count till 5. I would make it a longer countdown, but I really struggle with the numbers from 5 till 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, SK Gammering, not gonna be able to play you. Let us play against Mazar O. Mazar O. Mazar O. I think against the Mazaros of this world, you have to play the Karopirts. I believe this is the only language they speak. The Karopirts language. It's not a Karokan, but it's not a Pirts either. What is it? It's a bird. It's a plane. Bishop G5, very deep. I don't know what that's about, but I am in no mood to think about it at all either. And Johnny is asking, are you playing only Germans? No, Johnny, but I'm only playing premium members. So it's good that we've had this discussion. Passion is saying, you say, at the chess dentist. I was at the dentist yesterday. I think my dentist sessions are over at this point, for now. So now I'll skip it another 15 years, and then they'll make me go 15 times again. I believe that's what's going to happen. I got some stuff in my teeth now. I don't know the English word, but I've been told I got some good stuff in there. Ceramic? I have no idea. What are we doing here? Mazar O. F6, bishop F4. Can I take? I can play my beloved knight h6, knight f7 maneuver, which served me well in the first round of the Thailand Open. Sanket Chakravarti is asking, Jan, how's life being a GM? The thing is, you might think this is a goal worth going for, but then you wake up in the morning and you don't feel any better just because you're a GM, because happiness is a figure of expectations, product of expectations. And once you are a GM, you do expect to be a GM, and it doesn't make you happy. So that's just my personal take, but I'm also a miserable cynic. So I'm sure there are happy GMs out there. I'm not sure it's the GM title that made them happy. Other than that, being a GM itself doesn't pay the bills. So even as a GM, you still have to make a living. And if you're lucky, you can try doing that by doing absolutely nonsensical Banter Blitz shows and stuff of that nature. But I'm not sure I can speak for all GMs and answer the question, how is life being a GM? For me, being a GM was never a goal. Like, at some point my goal was to become 2600. Then I reached 2600. And yeah, since that was my goal, I never made it really further. I've been stuck between 2610 and 2650 for the last 15 years. And I can tell you, there was no happiness when I got there, just emptiness. All right, so that's today's motivating speech for the talents out there. About the joys of Grandmaster life. The jet set, traveling, staying in fancy hotels, being invited to play in these tournaments. It's a delight being able to travel the world without expenses due to the game that you love, that you grew up playing. what could be nicer than making a living with your hobby? Because who does not have chess as their hobby? What's going on here? Am I getting crushed again? Probably am, but I'm ahead on the clock, so I'm not that worried. I'm actually in a good mood today. I get all these reactions in the chat. How how sad I am. I understand. I sound like that. But this is me happy. So think about the sadness. Mr. Dodgy is saying Jan should spend an hour with Gormelli. He'll realize it could be so much worse. I already have spent that hour. Ben Johnson, the guy who does Perpetual Chess Podcast, is a friend of mine, and I've complimented him a lot for his Danny Gormelli episode, which I found very inspiring to listen to and very interesting. So I recommend that. And don't know the man well. Evans Gambit is asking, Jan, would you beat Lasker from 1910 or Capablanca from 1921? It's hard to say. At one point I looked at Lasker games and I was actually impressed. And I thought, okay, this guy is actually much better at chess than I ever was or ever will be. Because he probably wouldn't blunder any bishop c7 tricks. Then again, I would probably have a bit of an edge in the opening. I'm not sure if that would be enough to compensate, but I think I'd be an underdog against both. But it's pointless to compare these things, because probably it won't happen. I mean, the match that everyone's been waiting for. The match Gustafsson against 1910 Lasker. I still didn't win on time. Come on, how long are you gonna make me wait to give it up, Mazar O? Oof, feel like a teenage boy all over again. I also wouldn't mind trapping your queen. So if I went here, I'd be threatening bishop f8, trapping it. Now, will you go along with that humble wish of mine? That is the real question. Looks like my humble demand. Oh, f3 oh boy. f3 did blunder the bishop, but instead I found the one way to force you to keep your bishop. See, this is high-level chess, boys and girls. Now I'm sad again. Can I at least trap your queen? I really want to. You make me wanna. Hammerstorm Ulf is saying, I think Jan is too modest, to be honest. Not really. Modesty is the most subtle form of arrogance. We know that. And normally now, people don't think I'm modest, because I'm not. There is this thin line, which I'm sure smarter people than me have said smarter things about, between shyness and arrogance, which often the two are being confused for one another, in my experience. When I used to be shy and sort of awkward, which I still am, and often that gets confused for arrogance. Then again, I'm also quite arrogant, so those two might be able to go hand in hand. By arrogant, I don't necessarily mean full of myself, but this thing about coming across as shy or arrogant is often that you don't give off the vibe that you want to talk to people, which partly is because you're awkward about it, but partly it is also, I think, because you don't want to talk to them, because you've had all these years of not interacting with people, so why start now? I'm not sure I phrased that accurately. But yeah, I think this is more of a characterization than the modesty part. I'm not very modest. Let's play against Guilin CH Hassan. As Mr. Dodgy says, Jan's arrogance is often confused for arrogance. Yeah, you put it very eloquently, Mr. Dodgy. Passion is saying Capablanca was 2.664 average. Yeah, that sounds fair. Capablanca, he had this technical style, so he didn't commit as many like mistakes per move as others. There's often this like thing. We did a study, and Kramnik was actually much more accurate than Kasparov and stuff like that. But that's often because the players with a sharper style, playing the Sicilians and King's Indians and all the nonsense, they will make more mistakes per moves, but so will their opponent, because the positions they play are just, much more complicated and lend themselves to more mistakes than the more technical guys then. Like, well, earlier Kramnik, nowadays he's not really a technical guy anymore. And Capablanca, for example. But yeah, who knows? What's happening here? It feels like I blundered a piece, but no, he started by going knight takes d4, right? Which generally you shouldn't do, Guilin CH Hassan, because it might look strange, or might look like an achievement to get the queen to the center so early, but that's only an achievement if you have pieces that can push it around, and you can win tempi against the queen. Well, if you can't challenge it, like here, then the queen in the middle of the board is often a powerhouse. Pawn up. That's good news. So let's see what to do next. Probably castle out of it. Yeah, I don't see a lot of compensation for the pawn. d6 seems like the move that has to be played when I'm not quite sure what I'll do. ed, bishop e6, one could think about until one realizes that de7 wins a lot of material. So probably d6 ed is just fine. What are we talking about? Will there be a blindfold option on chess 24? Isn't there a blindfold option? I think there's some button, right? I used to do blindfold games in this show until people started complaining that it's tough to follow. And I started being lazy about putting up a different board. But I think there is some blindfold option, no? Damiano Chess is saying, hey Jan, I went premium just to play you. That's great to hear. You are in for a bit of disappointment, but we will play eventually, for sure. How do I win this game? Rook d1, bishop g4. I can't think further. Bishop g5 also looked like a good move. Let's do this. Bishop e6. Yeah, I'm not as focused as I should be. Bishop e6 now. Comes close to égalité. Even though I will, of course, grind. That doesn't come close to égalité, but it's not something I should have allowed. That's what I'm trying to say. Or bishop g4. That might be even better. f3, bishop e6. And he's played bishop e6. Kudos to Guilin. Queen e4, bishop h2. No, I gotta take. No choice. Because if queen d3, bishop c4, queen c4, bishop h2 was a bit of a nuisance too. So we have to play this very exciting position where, of course, with opposite colored bishops, the drawing margin is pretty big, but as long as there's rooks, there's hope. That's At least what they say. And if they say that, must be true. Because otherwise, why would they say that? Would they lie to us? The people? We don't believe you. Because we're the people. Am I out of coffee? No. In my backup mug, there's still some cold coffee. It's one of the mugs I signed myself. I try only to drink out of mugs that I signed myself. Because, you know, it's the only way to live, really. Delicious. So what can I say about this position? Nothing really. White is better. Rook endgame will probably be winning. Like double rook endgame or single rook endgame. So is there a way I can get rid of the bishops? Not yet, yeah? Nah. Opposite card bishops, one pair of rooks, there's still decent winning chances. Opposite card bishops, 0 rooks is a fairly dead draw. Not sure if I want to avoid the exchange of queens or not. Pros and cons, blah blah blah. This does help me. Sorry, Guilin. Played a good game till here, but rook e6 here. Ruins his best laid plans. Thanks for the game, Guilin CH Hassan. What time is it? Oh, we got time. We got all the time in the world. Let's play Jasper like art. He's not here? Are you with us, Jasper? Do you really like art? You don't like spelling? Or is that your name? Jasper like art. Could also be. I like Mora Gambit. Pre-move. No. See, I'm already a Mora Gambiteer. At heart. At this point. If they give me the pawn back and allow me to get the advantageous Maroczy structure, I'm unhappy. If they take the pawn and allow me to go for 2 cheapos, I'm very happy. That's how us Mora players feel about this. Looks like Jasper like art has studied the ins and outs of the, whatever this is called, anti-Mora. He's saying, I already analyzed this in the year 1985. When you were running around the Christmas tree, I was already checking subtleties of d3. When do you go a6? When do you go b3? When do you not go b3? You cannot surprise me in this structure. Ugh. Is this the wrong mug again? I really need to organize my mug situation here. I guess 95 at some point should be done. Yeah, I guess this is a good point to do it. Mr. Dodgy is saying, organize your mugs, you mean wash your mugs? Yeah. We do have this dishwasher in the office. The problem is, this signature is pretty much invaluable. Like, how would I replace it if it washed off? So I'm very worried about putting these mugs in the dishwasher too often. Jasper like art so far is playing well. B5. I am tired. Maybe it's a jet lag. The next 4 weeks I'll be whining about jet lag. Oh, but you know, in Thailand time. In Thailand it's already 9 p.m. now. That's why I'm so tired. Yay. Evan's Gambit does have a point. So when you cannot complain if your daughter wake you up at 6 a.m. since in Thailand at that time it's 11 a.m. Nah, still, I'll complain about both. Sometimes you can have it both ways. Why am I not winning? Not sure. Jasper like art, playing well, and Jan not playing like art, not playing well. The usual. At some point I need to get my king out of the danger zone, but can I do this? Queen b1, rook e1, t1, takes. Ugh. Not even that is winning. Very sad. So I'll do nothing instead. I think that's all the banter I had for today. If we can call it banter, let's call it talking. This is not really banter yet. So from now on, it will just be making moves. It's time to blunder rook e6, Jasper. I've had it with this gang. See, sometimes you just have to ask for stuff politely, and it happens. Sometimes you can will things into existence. Then you can pre-move. Didn't happen. Thank you so much for the game, Jasper like art. It's been a delight. Let's play Kalisari. Kalisi? Oh, Kalisari. From Spain, 2777. What am I reading in the chat? Rook d1 and queen b1 now for black. Yeah, that would have put me in grave danger in the last game. Mr. Dodgy says, Jan needs banter lessons from Lubo. He hasn't covered 8th March, Bitcoin or martial arts. Barely touched on wolves. That sounds fair. So I know nothing about the 8th of March. What happened then? I know May the 4th. That's pretty much the only date that's written in my calendar. And I don't even like Star Wars. So, Bitcoin I also know very little about. At some point when people, I won't name any names, but let's just say some English IMs were heavily getting into it, I thought, okay, this is a clear sign, this is a bubble. It's like when your parents start talking to you about stocks, then you know, it's too late. So I stayed away from the Bitcoin thingy. What else is there? And we've discussed wolves plenty. So I feel this criticism is unfair. I'm aware Lubojevic is a legend, and I can't live up to that level of banter, but I do think that we've covered these topics in great detail by now. Oh, this is actually a strong opponent, so I should stop talking nonsense and focus. Nah, not in the mood. I want to go h3, king h2. But I have a feeling he might stop me from doing so. See? These strong players, they always stop you from your best laid plans. That's why they're so strong. Then again, had he waited for me to go h3, he might have won a pawn with queen c8. Who knows? Queen g4. Not sure I'm a queen g4 fan, because the structure favors me. So, at least I like to think so, because I like to think all the structures favor me. Especially the ones with backwards pawns. So, yeah, I think I should be doing fine now. I'm doing fine now. Without you, Kali. Whoa, action. I can take stuff, or I can wait for the taking. Knight d6, for example, looks pretty good. Bishop f6 followed by knight d6 also doesn't look bad. I don't know how to do this. If in doubt, err on the side of greed. Has always been my motto. Hasn't gotten me any money, but it's led to a joyful life for sure. Whoa! What's happening now? And Kalisari resigns because I took pawns. Huh? What time is it? We still get the chance to play two more, is what I meant to say. Let us play Franco Chi. f5, how dare you? We're all friends here, Franco Chi. Why make it weird by going one f5? Very upsetting. Alright, good old Leningrad Dutch. This is a line I surprisingly have a good score against. Even though I've never bothered, or I've bothered plenty studying it. But there's some sidelines I've never looked at, like knight c6, d5, knight e5. c6 I must have looked at one point. What do I do here? Do I go b3? I think I go b3. Or maybe I go rook b1. Ugh, who can remember? Trying to remember anything about anything. But I can't. I guess I should go here. Cover the horsey. Because I've never been afraid to say what's on my mind. I lied. I remember queen d2. Intending e4, knight takes e4. Now you're called in my tarp. Got caught in a trap. It's not really a trap. At h5, so aggressive. The thing is, the computer normally laughs at black in all these DE, E4, F4 positions, but I'm always very scared. So I guess I'll make a neutral random move. Why not? Isn't this my trap? Are you falling for my trap? Or did you prepare counter trap queen takes a2? It's hard to believe. That favors black d6 is hanging too. Looks like Franco Chi fell for my one trap. F4, so aggressive. Such blind rage. Me, I'm low-key, laid-back type of fella. I wish that was true. I just want to trap your queen. M1306 is wondering, can all strong players play blindfold chess, or is it a skill they have to learn specifically? I don't know. I think in order to play chess, at least to some extent, you have to be able to play blindfold because you have to be able to calculate a line. Like now, here I already blindfoldedly saw the bishop d4, queen b3, bishop d5. Looked pretty good for me, for example. So I don't know, I can't speak for everybody. I've never practiced playing blindfold. I don't think I'm particularly good at it, but I can certainly play a game or two in my head if I have to. So yeah. I don't think many people practice blindfold specifically, but a lot of these strong players, at least those with friends, they often talk about lines and no one ever has a chessboard at hand. So of course that's practicing blindfold in a way. And in general, any thinking about a chess position is sort of practicing blindfold. And Franco Chi resigns this position. Did not look great anymore. Thanks for the game, Franco Chi. And wow, we have a woman grandmaster called Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant style. Scary. Alright, I'll play it safe. Good old Italian. This is probably as good an opportunity as any to plug my video series on how to meet the Italian with the black pieces. Spoiler alert. No, there's no spoiler alert because I can't remember a single thing. But my general strategy was to... what was my general strategy? I forgot my general strategy. To overreact to rook e1 by playing knight g4. That sounds like a good strategy. Now what do I do? King h8. Wasn't there some h3 f5? Does that work at all? Who knows? I'm sure this is covered in my video series. Just the usual. Je ne m'accorde de rien. Is accord, remember? Probably not. Let's do this. Am I losing material? Hg, fg, knight e5, knight e5, d4, I still have knight c4. Like obviously hg, fg, knight g5 I'm losing material, but then I'll pretend it's all part of the master plan. See, Black Mamba's very confused. I'm also very confused. ef5 I'm gonna have to think about what to do. I have not done that yet. d5, hg, and maybe knight f2, rook f2, d5. Does that make sense? Could make some sense. We'll think about it when we get there. Or probably I'll blitz out knight f2 instead. Knight c3, that looks like a sensible move. Ugh. Alright. I'll go back. You win. But now I got my pawn to f5. How bad can that be? Knight d5. Stop attacking me. Bishop e6, knight f6, gf. What's that? Well, doesn't look great. Fe d e, bishop e6, knight f6, bishop c4. Could that work? Maybe. Even though I'm not sure if Fe is really what I want in this position. It's like in school. I never liked Fe. Does that joke work? Like Fe priest? Probably doesn't work. And probably bishop e6 doesn't work well either. Let's think. I should have thought before, but I didn't. Knight f6, bishop c4, knight h7, bishop e2, queen e2. Okay, didn't happen. So who cares? If it doesn't happen, why bother? Strange position. I'm not sure what the plan is for either side. Then again, who needs plans? I want to take on h3. Does that make any sense though? Takes. Let's find out. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense if we're perfectly honest. But if we all were perfectly honest at all times, this world would be constantly war. And who wants that? I want to give a check on g8, that much I know. So probably white has to bail out some knight takes e5 business. Queen d3, knight d3, fg. Can't be bad for me, but not sure. Knight f6 doesn't seem ideal. It says opponent disconnected. That'd be a great pity. Just as I was close to the checkmatery. Knight h2. Right, I guess I should take, no? Yeah, but now I'm material up, no? 2 pawns? 2 pawns are 2 pawns. What goes where? Should the horsey come over, maybe? Yeah, we have time for some intermezzi. Here's the horsey. This is a pretty good position, in my book. It won't be literally in my book, because I'm not a rook up. So, figuratively, this is a good position in my book. My plan is to take all the white pawns. And Black Mamba will not let that happen and does resign. Thanks for the game, Black Mamba. Alright, last game. What about Slayer Boxer? I always thought the last game one should end on a pleasant note. Find a username. That sounds nice to everyone's ears. Like Slayer Boxer. Good old Slayer Boxer. Now the King's Indian aficionado. How can I annoy the Slayer Boxer? Maybe this move? Does this annoy you? Like normally King's Indian players, they're very happy to blitz out d5, knight e7. I played a lot of de5 in this position, which is not very scary. But it is one way to annoy people. And bishop e3, it's not a move I've ever studied much. Knight g4, bishop g5, f6 looks logical. Rook e8, I think, was also a move, then intending d5, knight d4. So we'll see what the boxer does. He takes on d4, which you can also do, but generally this structure, like rook e8, f3, knight h5, there's a bunch of theory, but generally this is a pleasant structure for white. Just put the pieces towards the center and then hope something happens. Are you annoyed yet, Slayer Boxer? Or are you happy? Knight d5 is typically like a good move, like the opening books always tell you, like knight d5 exclam leads to a structure that is known to be nice for white, but I haven't read those books, so how would I know? Nah, I don't want to go knight d5. I want to later win with a random bishop g5 surprise pin. Let's c6. No? What's the bishop doing on e8? All of this looks weird. No offense, Slayer Boxer. I'll just keep making 0 moves. As long as you're playing moves like bishop e8, I can't be bothered to do anything. It's very hard to get me to do anything in the first place. See? Why hurry? I'm just waiting for maximum impact of knight d5. And now Slayer Boxer will have to explain to his shareholders why he gave up the c7 pawn for cents on the dollar. This is not a good position for black. That much I know. So what's going on? Not much is going on, is there? Yeah, I haven't followed Shamkir. What I gather from the chat, it's a spectacular live show. I haven't seen any of it, but I'll try to have a little peek one of these days. On that US Championship, I haven't seen much either. Wesley So and Sam Shankland were leading, right? And Fabiano was struggling a bit. Then again, yeah, he deserves to struggle for, or no. He deserves the right to not crush one tournament. He must be exhausted after all the conquering he did the month before. But I haven't seen the last round. I haven't seen much, really. What I saw was like Wesley had 3.5 out of 5, Shankland had 3.5 out of 5, and I think Caruana and Nakamura had 2.5 out of 5, maybe something like that I've seen. So yeah, I'll try to get up to speed with all the ongoing chess events, all the ongoing TV shows. There's literally only thousands, right? Oh, what I should share is that, speaking of Caruana, he made me aware of the Eric Andre show and the interviews there. And at first I was skeptical, but then I realized that it's hilarious. And I'm now a big Eric Andre show fan. And for all of you out there that enjoy insanity and awkwardness and deadpan, very rude behavior and more insanity, I can warmly recommend the Eric Andre show. And I would like to thank Fabiano Caruana for alerting me of that important cultural event. And I'm reading Mikhailo Granik is saying Hikaru's struggling a bit, Fabi's on +2. Ah, okay. Maybe it was all in my mind. I only saw he lost to Isoria. I thought he was on 2.5 out of 5. But if he's on +2, then I stand corrected. See, you should always check all the quote-unquote news I'm spreading on this podcast. This Banter Blitz cast. Because I know I don't know stuff. Slayer Boxer has seen enough though. Yeah, this was not a great position to play for Slayer Boxer. Generally, yeah, I'm not a fan of this ED4 structure. So here, I think you might want to look into Rook E8 or Knight G4. But I believe that is it. And I'm reading Fabi's on 4 out of 6, so I was completely off on him struggling. Shout out to Fabiano Caruana, still going strong. Yeah, he's pretty good at chess. And pretty good at Eric Andre recommendations. So shout out to him. Franco Chi is asking, when is this show? It's over now, if you mean this show. If you mean Shamkir and US Chess, I don't know, I guess. US Chess starts late because they're in the US and Shamkir around now. I don't know. I'm really not up to speed, but I'm sure you can find stuff out So thank you guys for joining after all these years to my little Banter Blitz show. If you want to see and learn more about my mishaps in Thailand, and then you can check out the whatever we call it, opening clinic special Thailand edition, which is uploaded to the Chess24s and the YouTubes. I'll be back, I think, with more Banter Blitz on Thursday, maybe. I think that's the schedule. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the usual. See you soon. Bye. Do I like buttons? No. Today's a rest day, both at Champ Gear and at US Championship. So, yeah. Sorry about that too. Bye.